Hello everybody, I'm Jonathan. I'd just like to start by saying Happy Halloween and hope that you have a great time. Sorry about the incense in front of the camera, but I have um, he's actually a monk, a black monk, and he's not telling me his name at the moment, but as we carry on, he probably might do. He was in a monastery. Right, thank you. Although it wasn't a large monastery, um, near Castleford, or now it's called Castleford, and his job, part of his job, was collecting plague victims and burying them really, and having to burn them and say masses over them and things. And he's showing me a picture of what his life entailed, and to be honest, it's quite horrendous. Um, He's showing me a picture of what it looks like now, and they've built a housing estate over it, over the plague pits, and they're not very happy. To be honest, him and his brothers are not very happy because it's a place of sacred. Well, it's a sacred place where the deceased, unfortunately, are buried, or the unfortunate deceased, because obviously they were taken before their time, and oh no, he's just explained to me what it was like for a person with the plague, and it's horrible. I could smell the smell, and I could see what is now. Take that away from me, please. Okay. He says that a lot of people will who live in these houses will experience activity. People will call it ghostly activity, but they're spirit activity, because they're not rested. The spirits of the dead, as in the plague victims, are not resting. And I mean, how can they when they died in horrible circumstances? And him and his brothers are not very happy because people don't know or respect the area anymore, and therefore it's their way of not protesting but showing that they're not very happy with how people treat the land that these graves are on, or this mass grave, because that's what it is. It's a mass grave. He did everything very respectful and made sure that they got a proper burial, as much of a decent burial as they could under the circumstances, because they had carts and carts of bodies, and they had piles and piles of bodies, and he used to wear a mask over his face, and he's saying that they eventually succumbed to the plague themselves, but they helped hundreds of people, families. They'd go around shouting and telling people to stay indoors and things like this, and This is that it was very, very contagious in them days. And it was not very good. His defence that all they had were herbs and spices and things at the time that they used to burn to try and sweeten the air. This is the air was putrid with death and decaying bodies from the plague, and anybody that went near anybody ended up with it. It just wiped out most of the population from York down to down towards Sheffield and beyond, really. This is once you were assigned an area to help, you never went outside that area. It's saying it was a bit like you lived there, you stayed there, and you died there basically. Or if you were lucky, you survived. But he said there were virtually nobody left, and this happened up and down the country. Crops are failing, so they were starving as well. There were other hardships that they had to endure, and finally, this is it. This is that the death was the release from a world of pain and misery. Okay, brother. It's saying that could quite easily happen today, but we have to make sure to look after each other that this doesn't happen again. Okay. Okay, no problem. Thank you. And blessings to you too. He's wanting to leave now. He said he's come to me to say what he wanted to say, and he wants to leave now. He's just put a blessing on me and people who tune in to see this video, and bless you. Thank you, brother. And this is many blessings to your family. This is my family, and I'm blessing your families who watches this. Okay. He's pulling away now, and he's very content in what he's said, because he says that the stories like this need to be told, and I'm happy that they come to me so I can document these stories and put them on YouTube and other social media outlets. And I thank you. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe and hit the little bell so that any notifications I get, you'll be notified. And oh bless you, he's gone now. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.